Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is August 17th. It's a Wednesday. The market's been pretty quiet this week, but we did have some good opportunities this morning. I took a few break-even trades this morning. I was just protecting my profit because the market, at the times that I was taking the break-even trade, just didn't seem to be going in the direction we needed it to go. Alright. It was slowing down and starting to consolidate. Now, hopefully I'm not going to have issues like I did yesterday when I made the recording. There we can see all my trades on one screen. Alright, the day opened up here and we had the bands breaking out of the chop bands down here. Alright, and we broke out of the elbow at the same time. We went long here. Took that for 8 ticks profit. Up here you see we had the bubble created outside the black bands down here, and we were expecting price to bounce off of the BBC. It pulled back to the BBC and bounced off it for another 8 ticks. Up here we had another pullback down to the BBC. This one went up and it really started to slow down right here. We lost all our momentum right here when it got to the other side of these thin lines right here. When it got on the other side of those, it really started to lose all its momentum. So I brought my stop up to break even, and I got out of that at break even. Now, from my entry on this one, I got in at 1204. It didn't pull all the way back to the stop before it went up to 1206. So had I not gotten out at break even, it would have gone to the profit target. But suffice to say, I got out at break even on that one. Over here, this was a losing trade right here. We were breaking out of the bands, and we broke the elbow. And it stopped me to the tick right here, to the tick, before it went down to the profit target. The next opportunity was right here. We pulled back after the bubble down here. We pulled back up here to the BBC. I shorted it. It went within a tick or so of my profit target. I had moved my stop up to break even plus a tick, I think, or plus 2 ticks, and it got me out there at plus 2 ticks when it pulled back up. There was no opportunity in here. There was right here again a short when we broke the elbow, when we broke out of the bands. That went down almost to my profit target again, and it came back up and got me a break even. And then just a few minutes ago right here on a continuation trade, we had the bubble here. Price pulled back to the BBC. I shorted it and it went right to my profit target. You can see over here there was another opportunity right here that I didn't tell you about. I didn't take a missed opportunity right here, but I did get pretty much all the trade opportunities that were there this morning. So right now on the ES, I'll show you. I did take one sandbox short trade. I mean long trade, I think, as well, and that one failed on me. Let me get my ES DOM up here. Here it is. Alright, so I'm plus 18 ticks on the ES right now. Okay. Now I'm going to move over here. I'll show you the one sandbox trade that I took this morning. Alright, it was a sandbox long trade right here. We had the cycle was oversold and blue. The DMT was blue. Price pulled away from and back down to the MA1 right on top of support. It went all the way up here. I don't remember exactly what my entry was. It was right in here, 1204 and a half. It went up to, no, it wasn't 1204 and a half. It must have been 1204.75, but it went pretty close to hitting my profit target. And so I moved my stop up to break even on that one as well. And it came back down and got me out of break even. Alright, right over here. Okay, I didn't take any more trades there on the 2100 tick. I didn't take any trades off of the 10,000 contract either. If we look at the overnight, you see this was the gap up right here. It's now come back and filled that gap here just in the last few minutes. It came back and filled that gap. So now we're working down below this zone right here, 93.94. The market's been kind of stuck around this 93.94 zone all 3 days this week so far. Okay, now the YM. I am right now plus 34 ticks on the YM for the morning. I've taken a couple of trades. That trade that Dwayne took earlier, I took the same trade. I got similar result. I took it up here on the down close. After the test of the BBC, we had a down close below the BBC. I shorted right there, and I got 12 ticks out of it, I think. I was looking for it to get down here, and it got within a tick of my profit target right in here, and then it pulled back up. So when it pulled back up, I had my stop moved up to plus 12 ticks. Alright, prior to that, I had taken a short right here on the test of the BBC after we had the bearish cross. It pulled back up here to the BBC. I shorted it and took 20 ticks profit on that. Earlier this morning, there was a bullish cross over here, way back here. A bullish cross. And price had never pulled back to the BBC until here. Finally, it pulled back to the BBC, and I was looking for an up close to go long. We finally got a little up close right here, so I went long, and I just took a couple of ticks out of that one. Alright, because it went up here, and it hit the MA1. Once it hit the MA1, and I had 10 ticks profit in the thing, I had moved my stop up to break even plus a couple of ticks, and it came back and got me before it moved all the way up here. Alright, so that was the YM. So we're plus 18 ticks on the ES, plus 34 ticks on the YM. We're down a little bit on the Russell. Let me throw the Russell up here for you. I didn't mark up all the trades that I took on the Russell. I marked up some of the trades that triggered. Some of the ones that I took, and I took trades on a DOM other than the one that you see in here. On the DOM that you see in here, I think I'm minus 14 ticks, but I was plus 9 on a different one. So I'm minus 5 ticks on the Russell altogether. Here's my Russell DOM. Minus 14 ticks on the Russell on this DOM, and I'm plus 9 on a different one. So I'm minus 5 ticks altogether on the Russell. It was, I don't know, the risk that I had on just wasn't working. It was a little too choppy for the risk that I had on it today. You know what? What I look for on the Russell is the big moves. Okay, I look to get into the big moves, and I trail my stop pretty aggressively. But like I would be looking to short right in here, and looking to trail the stop down all the way down until it gets on the other side of the MA1, and then it would pop me out of the trade. Those are the kinds of moves that I'm looking for on the Russell. You know, so I'm going to get hit a lot of times on little things like this because I don't put much risk at all on it. Alright, so little moves like this one right here would stop me out. So I'm down a little bit on the Russell right now. So that is my morning. I haven't traded any other markets this morning. So we got 18 here. We're actually minus 5 here on the Russell, not minus 14. Total of minus 5. And we're plus 34 over here. So altogether that's what, 160. 160, 260. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Whatever it is. 18 times 12.5. 225 plus 160 minus 50. Plus $335 a contract for the first 2 hours in the live trading room today. All right, that is it. That was our morning. So I'm gonna stop the recording right here.